not be seen anymore. Okay, so let's wait a second. Okay, it should be working now. So, if I may ask.
We are happy to be here.
OK. Môžeme začať, pani Smolaková?
Pani Smolakova, asi mikrofón máte vypnutý.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
It's okay now?
Yes, we can hear you. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, let's start. Yesterday, you started with this term, cyberbullying, and today we will try to focus on this topic together. Some information I repeat because I think it will be important facts. So, what the cyberbullying is and why we talk about it? Well, cyberbullying is a bullying with the use of digital technologies, like any bullying, cyberbullying has an aggressors and victims. So it's a topic we will talk about it. And today we will be talking because we do not become victims or aggressors. We don't became. And digital technologies through which cyberbullying exists are very present in our lives. We see it right now, yeah. Especially during the pandemic, we see they are very, very important. According to cyberbullying research by independent institute in Britain, in which were studied parents of children between the ages of 10 and 18, 21% of children have been cyberbullied. 21%. 56% of those reports occurred from January to July 2020, first 6 months of pandemic. We see this problem is really, really big. We use digital technologies right now for learning, for meeting friends, or maybe for family members, for spending our free time, of course, for fun. And we really cannot imagine what without digital technologies. They're really great, great tools. But their use also has risks, and the cyberbullying is one of them. And where we can find the cyberbullying, the places of cyberbullying. So cyberbullying can take place on social media. You can see it on this slide. On messaging platforms. Maybe you like play games on gaming platforms. And of course, mobile phones, your cell phones. This behavior is repeated, aimed at scaring, angering, or shaming those who are targeted. And what's the ways of cyberbullying? You can see some examples. It's a repeated example, but it's really the base of cyberbullying. Sending hurtful messages or tweets via messaging platforms, spreading lies about or posting embarrassing photos of someone on social media, social networks, impersonating someone and sending mean messages to others on their behalf. It's really a problem. Who is who on the internet? Who is who online if we don't know? We told that this behavior is repeated and it's really important in this cyberbullying is that it leaves a digital footprint. Face-to-face bullying and cyberbullying can often happen alongside each other. There are some differences between bullying and cyberbullying, and the digital footprint is one important difference. So we can record cyberbullying messages and use it for reporting, of course. Record that can prove useful and provide evidence to help stop the abuse. And this is really a problem in online space or
moron, yani moron Türkçe'de de moron, endekli. Sert, şişman, people, işte aptal, salak. Ondan sonra görünüyor ki wire. Burada bak, wire dersen garip ama wire dersen farklı.
Evet.
Şimdi. Birinizin mikrofonu değil mi?
Okay, can I continue? Maybe, yeah. So it's really a problem, joke or cyberbullying on the internet. And you know, sometimes it's hard to tell if someone is just having fun or trying to hurt you, and especially online. In face-to-face communication, we can use intonation or non-verbal communication to estimate the intentions of the other. It's difficult to see through the letters, just through the letters on the screen. Sometimes we're using emoticons, emoji, yeah. It makes it a little easier to decode the writer's communication intent, but it can't be relied on completely. We can only rely on our own feelings. If you feel hurt or think others are laughing at you instead of with you, then the joke has gone too far, yeah? In that case, you could take note that it wasn't funny for you. It wasn't funny for you. If it continues, even after you asked the person to stop, and you are still feeling upset about it, then this could be bullying. It is not a joke. On the other hand, so that we do not become aggressors, if you are kidding someone or you want to be funny, don't forget that everyone deserves respect. Everyone, online and in real life, of course. If you happen to offend someone, just apologize. It's the least you can do. What can I do about cyberbullying? If you think you are being bullied, the first step is to seek help from someone adult you trust. Maybe your parents, maybe your teacher, maybe your coach. It's a very important step. And if you are not comfortable talking to someone you know, it's really difficult sometimes. Search for a helpline in your country to talk to a professional counselor. And every country has a helpline for children. Maybe you are afraid that adults, for example, your parents, won't understand, or they'll take your cell phone or restrict internet access. It's good to remind them that online is important to you for learning, for meeting friends. Try to find a trustworthy person with whom you can talk. If you tell another person about cyberbullying, you will get away from the situation yourself, and you may not find it as important as others write to you. Is it really important to you? A real friend listens to you, even if it should be embarrassing for you. So seek help and tell it to someone. It could be very difficult for you, but it's really, really important. When you feel threatened by cyberbullying, it is also important to take a few steps immediately. At first, don't respond to and don't forward cyberbullying messages. Sometimes we want to react quickly because we think a quick response is effective, and maybe we are in effect, but it's not so. The internet is a space, but we determine the time in it ourselves. We decide when to watch what, when to read what, and also when to react. It's our free choice. Sometimes we need more time to process some information, and this is also true for cyberbullying. It's easy to write a quick response, repel an attack by the same means. But if you are reading offensive comments, it's better to ignore them. Ignoring bullies is the best way to take away their power. But it isn't always easy to do. We want to react, maybe. The next thing to do immediately is to keep evidence of cyberbullying. We talked about footprint of cyberbullying. So save and print screenshots, emails, and text messages. Try to collect as much information and data as possible. Record the dates, times, and descriptions of incidents when cyberbullying has occurred. When cyberbullying happens, it's important to document and report the behavior so it can be addressed. Thanks to the digital footprint we talked about, we can prevent cyberbullying. This evidence of cyberbullying is useful to report cyberbullying to web and cell phone service providers. They can take action against users abusing the terms of service. And next very important step is in preventing cyberbullying is blocking the person who is aggressor of cyberbullying. Sometimes they can be your peers, but they can also be completely stranger. We already know, unfortunately today, that some adults bully children. When cyberbullying happens on social media, maybe you use Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, etc. You know, every social media has safety center. So visit it to read or to learn how to block, if you don't know, how to block users and change settings to control who can contact you. And sometimes cyberbullying is so hard that you are in immediate danger. So if you are in this situation, then you should contact the police or emergency services in your country. Evidence of cyberbullying is useful for police, of course. We all want cyberbullying to stop, which is one of the reasons reporting cyberbullying is so important. So important. And what can I do if my friend is a bully? If my friend is an aggressor? If you know of a friend who is acting as a cyberbully, who's aggressor, take him or her aside and talk about it. Explain to your friend that bullying can have serious consequences for the bully and also for those being bullied. Both sides of cyberbullying. And finally, cyberbullying is against the law in many states. And that means the police could get involved and bullies may face serious penalties. For example, right now, a change in law in Slovakia, which expands the definition of cyberbullying as a crime for which there is a risk of up to 3 years in prison. It's really serious. So the consequences of cyberbullying are very real. We told about aggressors, but we are more interested in the victims now. Sometimes online bullying, like other kinds of bullying, can lead to serious, long-lasting problems. The stress of being in a constant state of upset or fear can lead to problems with mood, problems with energy level, with sleep, appetite, and so on. It also can make someone feel or sad. And if someone is already depressed or anxious, cyberbullying can make things much worse. In our little stats, over 25% of adolescents and teens have been bullied repeatedly through their cell phones or the internet. This means that a quarter of young people can have serious health and psychological problems now and in the future. And is it really a big problem? It's in the interest of society as a whole to prevent cyberbullying. So it's very fine to talk about it. Sometimes we can give aggressors a chance because we don't protect our personal data. We can think about this question: how do I prevent my personal information, my personal data from being used to manipulate? The text and also the photos can be manipulated relatively easily. And I show you a few edited photos to see that the result is very good and people really believe it. When we look at photos quickly, we don't even have a chance to think about whether the images are authentic or not. So this is first fake photo. In this we see a modified photo of the cyclist being chased by a bear. And you can see the original photo only with bear. And cyclist is additionally edited. Or this one. It's an iconic selfie, yeah. Of course, if we think for a moment, it will be questionable for us how the pilot in the cockpit can open the windshield during the flight and take a selfie. But at first, it's really shocking to see just this photo, this edited photo, and you can see the original, yes. And not only living objects are additionally modified, we see that the resulting photo can be additionally taken from several separate images. And we can see very edited photo. We saw fake photos. I show them to you to consider posting your own photos. So we want to prevent that someone modifies them and pretends to be original. So think twice. Think twice before posting or sharing anything online. It may stay online forever and could be used to harm you later. You see, if it's on the internet, it isn't private. Don't post private information, private data. Imagine your profile on social media, on your favorite social network. Imagine it, and is there something, photos or comments, you would not put there today? And imagine the situation a few years later. You may be applying for a serious job and your employer will want to see your profile on social network. how you will feel. So we will talk more about it at the next workshop, but thinking about it. Don't give out personal details as your address or telephone number on social network. And maybe you have never read privacy settings on social network. Please read about them. I make a list of some actions you can take on many of them. I hope that you know it. You can decide who can see your profile, your friends, for example, your followers. Send you direct messages or comment on your posts by adjusting your account privacy settings. Then you can report harmful comments, messages and photos and request they be removed. Also, you can completely block people to stop them from seeing your profile or contacting you. And also you can delete posts on your profile or hide them from specific people for your group, for your friends, for example. So, everyone create internet, and the maybe big problem, I can see it in online space, that most teens today base their value and their worth on how many likes and friends and followers that they have, and everybody wants to be a YouTubers. Maybe that's why many of teens post and comment in a way that borders on cyberbullying. Being funny at all costs or shocking it on the network. But the fact is that each of us has value, and online space do not determine it. Do not determine it. Knowing our own abilities, what I know, what I can do, what I would like to do, can motivate us to live more valuably, not as many followers as we have. Your value comes in who you are as a person. Maybe how you love and treat others. Really, everyone, create internet. We need to be thoughtful about what we share or say that might hurt others.
Evet buradayım.
We need to be
Qualität
kind.
Oorschrift.
We need to be kind to one another online and in real life, and it's up to all of us. And I heard that someone maybe is enjoy with us. Yeah, thank you for attention now. If you have some question about it, what we talk about it, you can ask.
Thanks for something. This is really important.
Okay, no one. So we can continue with workshop with some activities to see how do you understand the lecture. And I'll have prepared some activities for you. I don't know if you are at group, some of them, yes, I see it on your webcam, or if you are alone at home.
Sorry for disturbing. I think the Casper is having raised hand, so if you have any question, you can ask.
Yes, I can't see it, but yes, here you are. Yes, yes, I see it now. I can't hear it.
Casper, if you want, you can ask a question.
I can hear it. Maybe the problems with microphone.
Can you hear us now?
Oh, yes, but it's more than one time. Okay.
So now you can hear us, right? Jeg har slået fra her. Jeg har slået til her. Can you hear us now?
Yeah. It's
Perfect. Okay, thanks for the presentation, Viera. We just talked about the fact that you in the beginning said that according to statistics, the amount of cyberbullying have increased during the coronavirus and people being online. So we just talked about that the simple way to deal with cyberbullying would be to make sure that young people were spend less time on the social media. So we just thought about maybe doing a social experiments with the group, like not using social media for the next 3 days. But my students, they are not keen on that thing. So maybe we should all do it together. All students who are in this project should try to avoid social media for the next 3 days. If you're up for a challenge.
Yeah. It's great idea.
So we challenge all of the participating countries to avoid social media for the next 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for this idea. It's very interesting, really.
I have a question. What is the most important thing we should do about cyberbullying?
We talked about some few steps, but immediately block the person who is bullying you, and record every means notes, every footprints. You can see record the dates, times, and try to collect as much information as is possible. It's really important to know that someone help you if you seek to help with your parents or some adult who can who is trustworthy for you, who's trustworthy, yeah. And reporting the cyberbullying is very, very important. It's maybe difficult for someone reporting the cyberbullying because you're ashamed or so, but it's really really important. If you told about it to someone adult, for example, your parents or your coach or someone else, you will see that it's not so big problem, that some stranger tell you something bad, or someone who just called your friend, tell you some bad. It's important to know your own value. Yes. And try to save your own okay. Yeah. It's very important to report cyberbullying to the social networks, to the service center. I read Facebook's and TikTok and Instagram has a privacy center, and they really want or they really can be helped when someone reporting cyberbullying. So this is the most important steps if you are being cyberbullying. Is it clear? Yes. Okay. Okay. Some other questions? I see Casper, but I don't heard it.
All right, so we would just like to ask about what roles do you think the parents should play in all this? You know, helping with I don't know, have the child overcome this this cyberbullying or reporting it even.
Yes. So how the parents help well, maybe a lot of parents don't know what their children do on the internet, and they could be very surprised of their activity on internet, and maybe they'll be shocked on the activity by their children. But the parents are or could be the closer people for you, and they are adult and they have a lot of information and a lot of experiences of life, and maybe they have better view on this situation in which you are if you are cyberbullying. So your parents can help you just with talking with you about it, and then the adult person could know that the report of police is sometimes necessary. Maybe you don't know about it, but the adult person could know about report some cyberbullying behavior, to report on police or contact if cyberbullying is really really dangerous for someone. But maybe you have a problem with talk about it with your parents, and it's also normal. It's also okay. So try to find someone else who is adult and who is trustworthy for you. Or maybe who can know you and you think the better know you than your parents. Maybe you need just speech that is not important what the other told you, or that someone send you the bad or mean or embarrassing messages. Maybe just speech with some adult is way for someone. To will get away from the situation yourself. Sometimes it is important to contact police. Some sample of the word said that it's really important because the teens was in or really do bad decisions. So seek help from someone adult. It is enough. Okay, I think that we can continue with workshop and do some activities. I have prepared some activities for you. First one, it'll be an individual activity because I don't know if you are at home alone or working group. But if you are at the school, you can work some activities individual and some activities in group. I will tell you. The first one, it'll be individual activity, and you need paper and pen or pencil or something for writing. Yes. So please take the paper and pencil or pen, and I try to share a new PowerPoint presentation. With you. So, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, the first slide, opinion versus verbal violence. What is it? So, our activity. Look at this photo. Do you like it? And imagine this situation. This is your best friend. This is your best friend. And she posted this photo on her profile. And I think that you don't like this outfit, her look. And the task is, what comment will you write to her to let her know that you don't like it? Please write it. Write it. Comment it. Write it. We wait for 3 minutes, maybe. look at this photo and comment it. And this is your best friend, you know. Are you done yet? So we can continue with this activity. Now let's turn the situation. What comment do you want to read from your friend if he or she doesn't like something about you? Please write it. What comment do you want to read from your friend? Okay, what was most difficult for you? To comment someone or to write something what you want to read from someone? Now try to compare comments. What you comment and you write to your friend and what you want to read from your friend. Try to compare comments. On one side, the comments you write to a friend, and the other side a comment you read from a friend. Ideally, we would find as few differences as possible. As few as possible. Remember, never write comments you don't want to read yourself. Sometimes we don't have time, or we don't want to spend a lot of time thinking about our comments, and we're just writing something, just comment something. But people on the other side don't know that you were in a hurry, or you are under stress when you commented and use not very kind words, maybe. We know that every opinion can be expressed decently. So let's think before we write something and take our time.
Öğrenciler söylüyor, öğretmenleri yazıyor.
Şu anda ses geliyor. Mikrofon yok ki.
Okay.
Sorry for disturbing. I think maybe Vera, you can open the chat window because there's a lot of answers, so you can maybe check them.
Yes, but I share my screen, so I need to share just block. Oh. One more time.
Well, you do not need to cancel the sharing. Just open the conversation in the chat room, I think.
Yes, but I have a problem with this. Technical.
Okay, I will show you. It's here. If you click here to show the conversation, you will see all those comments on the right side.
I can't see it right now, please.
Okay.
Okay. I have a lot of books. Where I need to click?
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Do you see it?
No, okay, I click on, yeah, I click on chat.
Okay, I will put myself into the front. So now basically everyone sees my screen. So here is the conversation button.
Yes,
on the right side,
yes.
you have all the comments.
Yes, I see it. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Very nice comments. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very kind. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Well, I want to back to the video.
I think you can share your screen once again and continue with the presentation or video you have.
Yes. Yes. We can continue with this. No, but now. Okay. I want to share if and I have problem with this. Okay. I found short videos so we can watch it.
Well, you have to share the whole screen of the computer because now we have the screen of your Microsoft Teams. So
Okay.
just share all full screen, please.
Okay, I try it. Can you see it?
Okay, now we can see the screen. You can also turn on the sound,
Yes,
sound sharing, so we can also
I think
hear
that I
the
turn
music.
it. Okay, so. Okay. We saw a short video, and we saw a girl who is different from the majority. Yes, in the animation, this was indicated by a simple triangular face shape. And most of the characters had a square face. In real life, we also don't consider it a standard. Yes, has a square face. This suggests that no one is perfect, but someone thinks so. This video is about cyberbullying and also about stereotypes on real life and online space. It's important to realize that every one of us is original, and we may have something in common, but we are different in many ways. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses, me and you too, so we should be tolerant. And what's next? So it's very interesting to watch domino effects on social network. A markedly negative comment usually triggers as a series of negative comments, hates, and we saw it in video. So what can we do? How to help a friend who is a victim of cyberbullying? As a group, we can agree to support a friend with positive comments, and now we try it, and we will work in a group together, and we can use this chat room, and every one of us wants to support our best friend. So first say some positive comments, and the next one continue, and we will try to do positive chain, like domino effects. Maybe I can start if yes, I'm in chat and I read. You're so kind. So you can continue. You can continue to write some positive comment to your friend, and we want to make a positive chain, not negative, to know and to learn how to do it, to do positive chain for our friend who is in bad mood, who is sad. Come on, guys, come on. Who else?
Okay, guys, so I think if there's no more comments or questions, I will show you what we are going to do next. Basically, I need to share my screen first. So the afternoon program that has to be done will be is on the page. If you know the link, it's ban.eu, and in the afternoon session you have a short video, or let's say tutorial, where you can learn how to work with Canva, and then you also are going to make some short infographic in this software. So next thing I would like to do is to thank Vera for her presentation. I think it was very informative for you, and I hope you have something that you are going to get from this presentation. So the next thing is the afternoon session. Please open the web page and use all the materials that are posted there. So that's it for today, and we will continue tomorrow. I will be sending email with the link to connect everybody. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
any more questions? Because Robert is not here, I have to answer your additional questions. Okay, if there's no more questions, thank you for your attendance, and please continue with the webpage band.eu with your students. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.